Happy Thursday again, church family. As you know by now, Dawn and I have gotten away for a little R&R, and we so appreciate the opportunity that you've given us to be able to relax and recharge. And we're looking forward to being back with you again on Sunday, June the 28th. For those of you that watched or were here this past Sunday, you know that my good friend Chris Dowd had the opportunity to come and preach and minister to you. I am so very grateful for our partnership with the SBC of Virginia. That's our state network of over 700 churches that are partnered together to reach Virginia and Washington, D.C. with the truth and power of the gospel. And as you know, a part of what we give here at Grace Life every Sunday goes to support the work of our convention. That means we're supporting some 100 church planters across the state and in Washington, D.C. And I'm so happy about that partnership and thankful that a part of what we do together each week is helping reach people here in our state with the gospel. Hey, next Sunday is going to be Father's Day, and my good friend Dr. Rodney Autry is going to be here. Rodney's been here before. He's a great preacher and teacher of God's Word, and it's going to be a great blessing for you and your family to join us on Father's Day, either here in person or via the live stream. As you may know, and as some of you I'm sure are doing, along with thousands of other people across our nation, that's praying for revival and spiritual awakening to sweep across our land. There's a great promise in Psalm 85 as the psalmist prays this prayer for revival and says to the Lord, "Will you not revive us again, that your people may rejoice in you?" The last time that the world was touched by revival was when revival broke out in 1904 in the country of Wales. And literally in that country, over 100,000 people came to know Christ. That revival touched many areas of the world as the people of God came back into a close relationship with Him, and people far from God came into the kingdom by trusting and following Christ. One of the interesting things that happened in Wales in those years was that the crime rate drastically fell. One of my good friends reminded me of this recently and sent me a quote from a historian about the Welsh Revival that said this: "The social impact was astounding. For example, judges were presented with white gloves and not a single case to try. No robberies, no burglaries, no rapes, no murders, and no embezzlements, nothing. District councils held emergency meetings to discuss what to do with the police now that they were unemployed. In one place, the sergeant of the police was sent for and asked, 'What do you do with your time?' He replied, 'Before the revival, we had two main jobs: to prevent crime and to control crowds. Now, we literally have nothing to do, so we just go with the crowds.' When he was asked what that meant, he said, 'Well, in our station, we've put together 3 quartets. And now when a church needs a quartet, that's what we do. We go and sing in the church.'" Isn't that phenomenal? But that's exactly what revival does when God is pleased to send it to a nation or to a group of people. It so impacts the community that things like crime drastically decrease. Well, I think we all know that what we need in our nation and across the land is sweeping revival and spiritual awakening. I hope you'll join me in continuing to pray and ask the Lord, "Lord, will you not revive us again, that your people may rejoice in you?" God bless you. We love you. Thank you again for praying for us. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again on Sunday, June the 28th.